All right, Shalom. For the false, give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Malachi, Kodash, Barakatum. The Bible to the Apostle, the Elder, the Great Millstone, and to all I can across the globe. Teach the word truth and sincerity, and we'll say Shalom. This I died now from the Great Millstone. With another lesson, get this out the way, Salakia. Or another lesson. And this is basically going into one of as Apostle, around I call them, the two magpipes, and when he said that, I thought of Heckel and Jeckel. All right, so this is a response video to Heckel and Jeckel, man, talking about the day of the Lord isn't what it is. Everybody has a different day of the Lord, and that can be further from the truth because there's only one day of the Lord. All right, the day of the Lord is reckoning and judgment. All right, this is Joel 2:2. Start at 1. To blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm at my holy mountain, that all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for there is nigh at hand. All right, so the day of the Lord is going to be a trumpet being sound. All right, an alarm. And what's an alarm for? It's a warning. All right, to get to safety. But there is no getting to safety. All right, those who are determined, or those who are destined to get delivered, are going to get delivered. And those who are destined to get destroyed are going to get destroyed. All right, this is Joel 2:2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there had not ever been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, this day is going to go down in history, man. All right, it's a day of reckoning. All right, this is going to be talked about in the kingdom. All right, the downfall of Babylon, which is America. All right, when the Lord come back and crack to the cloud, yes, he's going to crack to the clouds with chariots. Another, excuse me. Another thing that Heckel and Jeckel was going off on, man. All right, the chariots are going to cover the clouds, cover the skies, going to fill the skies. Excuse me. The ICBM missiles, which are the arrows, all right, they're going to be shot forth upon this place, man. All right, so the day of the Lord is going to be horribly terrifying for those on the wrong hand side of the Lord, and not to mention the fathership that's going to be coming. All right, in the midst of all this, man. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and then they shall escape them. What are you talking about? He's talking about those missiles, man. All right, those missiles are going to rock this place, man. All right, break it up into pieces. Okay. All right, wherever it lands, it's going to be desolation. All right. Reinforce that the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as a horseman, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, they shall leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. All right, and the people that are going to see these missiles coming, going to see the chariots zooming across the skies, they're going to be in disbelief. All right, their hearts are going to fail. Okay, they're going to give up the ghost. You see, people are going to die just for the simple vision. All right. The simple visual of what they're going to be seeing in those days and times, man. All right. It says, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Right, because each one of them has a GPS device on them. They're going to fly right to those coordinates, man. All right, and there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to stop the missiles from going back, man. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. So the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and moon shall be dark, and the stars will withdraw their light, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. for you're strong and execute his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it, man? See, who's going to be able to abide it and stand in that day? How about me on Shabbat, the day of the Lord? According to Heckel and Jeckel, that people are going to be okay in the day of the Lord. Everybody's going to have their own day, you know. All right, you might a person might have a day of sunshine and rainbows according to them. Somebody might have a day of rain and wind. All right, another might have a day of snow and ice, man. It doesn't make sense. All right, there's only one day of the Lord, and that day of the Lord is judgment. All right. Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Right? Because once you realize your gold, your M16s, your Dracos are not going to be able to deliver you, hey, you're going to be weeping, man. All right? You guys who are joined up in the Army Reserves and in the military, all right? When the Lord come back, hey, you're going to be crying because you know that there's nothing that you can, there's nothing humanly made that can stop the wrath of Yahweh Shai when He comes, man. So that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and an alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers, man. Right, man. There was that trumpet and alarm again. All right, that alarm and that trumpet is what? It's an early warning. It's an early warning sign, man. You see? All right, it's letting you know of the impending destruction that's coming upon this place, man. All right, when you hear those sounds, all right, those you know, like we be hearing before a tornado or something out here in Illinois. All right, you're gonna be seeing jets dropping bombs in this Mickey Ficky, man. You see? It says in verse 17, I will bring distress upon men that shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the right. So that's basically it. Okay? All right, so the day of the Lord is what? The day of the Lord is destruction. Let's get this. With Solomon 5 and 18, start at 17. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. All right, and you know the Lord is coming back in His glory, man. All right, and we're gonna fight with Him. All right, we're gonna fight with Him against the world, man. Who's the world? The other nations, man. All right. So He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. We're gonna, in the day of the Lord, that's gonna be our chance to get our revenge on our enemies, man. Which Heckel and Jeckel appears to not want, man. They don't want revenge. They don't want to get out of this captivity, man. They want to be here and linger longer and longer to wax worse and worse. You see? They want to put off the Lord's kingdom, man. Hey, we want to hasten the Lord's kingdom, man. All right? Verse 21, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, and from a well-drawn bow, they shall fly to the mark. Right, man? And what's a well-drawn bow? It's those missile silos, the propulsion systems, man. You see? The right aiming thunderbolts are what? Those ICBM missiles, man. That's the day of the Lord. Okay, the day of the Lord is not coming with a Carnival cruise vacation, man. All right, it's going to be fire, wrath, hailstones. Verse 22, and hailstone full of wrath shall be cast out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty, man. You see? It's going to be a bad thing, man, that the Lord is on purpose for this place, man. All right? The scripture talks about He declared the end from the beginning. All right? Word will not come back void. All right, this is the Lord's purpose. All right, is to destroy this place, man. You see? Let's get this. It says Almighty Word, right? It says, Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15, it says, thine Almighty Word leap down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up, filled all things with death, and it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth, man. All right? So, Yahweh Shai is going to come and wreak shop on this place, man. All right, it's going to be going down when the Lord returns already, man. See, the Jeckel trouble is going to be here. The MOTB is going to be here. You see? And all we're waiting for is the chariots to get here, baby. You see? All right? And the Lord's purpose is what? It's to destroy this place, man. All right? He said he had conquered kings. The crowns of conquered kings. You see? Let me see if I can get that real quick. There's another one. I think that might have been it, though. This is Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. He had a name written that no man knew but himself, and he was clothed with a white vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of the Most High. You got to read in that Sirach, the Wisdom of Solomon, that the Almighty Word leaped from heaven. You see? It says, and the enemies and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, with it shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress in the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, man. All right, and this is this is the beginning of Yahweh Shai's rulership, man. When he come to crack these clouds, all right, and put these nations in subjection, man. All right. So Yahweh Shai is going to be Yahweh Shai's day, the day of wrath and destruction, and the day of deliverance, man. All right. There is a such thing as the day of the Lord, and the day of the Lord is Judgment Day, man. You see, and Salvation Day. Okay. Let me get this real quick. Let me get this. This is Proverbs 14 and 7. It says, "Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceiveth no, not in him the lips of knowledge," man. All right, and these guys were set up to confuse. All right, to confuse and to divert. All right, will-be followers of Yahweh Shai. All right, away from the Lord. Okay, but they were just set up to be a snare and a trap. Okay, but the Lord is going to deal with these guys, man. All right, and you got anybody who's just a little point. When you see brothers getting kicked out of Great Millstone, and instead of going on teaching what they taught, they start manipulating and changing the doctrine. Hey, stay away from them, man. You see, they were kicked out for a reason. All right, majority they turn to scoffers, man. They turn to false prophets, right? So just beware. Let me say Titus 1 and 10 said, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. All right, man, and when you watch that video, all right, you got the guys out there. One guy had the name of the Lord on his shirt, had the garments and the head wrap on, the mitre on, you know. All right, but they know they're Israel, man. You know, and people tend to flock to those outward appearance of men, you know. All right. Say, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things they are not, for filthy lucre's sake, man. Teaching that there's no day of the Lord, man, is off, man. You see, you ought to teach that. We ought to be preparing our people, blowing the whistle, or blowing the alarm, sounding the alarm, or blowing the trumpet. All right. Isaiah 8 and 20 says, to the law and to the testimony, they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. All right, so they're not coming out with the scriptures, man, and breaking them down correctly. All right, they ain't got the truth, man. You see? All right, there's no light of the truth. And with these guys coming in, bringing in the false doctrine and these damnable heresies, all right, they're going to get judged, man. You see? All right, so with that, I want to say, call halal, Yahweh me outside. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. And until next time, shalom and a baba bar.